Jade, you were born in Inverness and you were brought up on the Black Isle. What was that like and how did you first discover rugby?
Yeah, the Black Isle's a beautiful place. It's very small. It's well, I live in the countryside, so it's quite quiet as well. Growing up in the countryside, there's obviously lots of space to be outside playing a lot. So I was always quite active when I was younger, and there wasn't much rugby for girls, to be honest. I spent a year in the minis when I was about 9, but it was in an all-boys team apart from myself. Spent a season there, but then there was nothing really to go from there. So once I started playing basketball, but I kind of grew up watching my parents play. Like my mum played for a season when I was very young, and then their team disbanded and didn't start up again till 2013, I think it was. But then I grew up on the sidelines of my dad's games, but still try to get on the pitch, you know, running up and down the sidelines, try to tackle, you know, all the people on my dad's side as well. So kind of grew up around it and found my love for it there.
Your mum played rugby. Was that a major influence for you or were there others as well?
Yeah, like growing up, seeing your mum being involved in such a strong sport is a game changer when you're young, and I think it was great to kind of watch her and like how her team started, even though I was very young, but like, you know, it's memorable moments. And then in 2013 I think the team restarted again and we actually played a game together, which, you know, was absolutely amazing. It was quite powerful to see, you know, how strong each and every person had to be on the pitch, and she got player of the match that game as well and made a break from halfway. So, you know, just the amount of pride kind of growing up and it really being like a family sport for us meant a lot. So yeah, definitely my parents were big influences, especially my mother.
What was it like for a woman in Scotland or growing up in Scotland playing rugby?
Yeah, so when I was younger, like there wasn't much rugby about, and like it wasn't growing as fast as it is now, for sure. So yeah, when I played for an all-boys team for a year when I was younger, like after then, like there just wasn't anything. So I would travel, you know, up to Edinburgh and Glasgow a few times a year to get a bit of game time or be involved in a tournament or play for a random team just in Scotland. So it was like maybe a few times a year, but other than that you just kind of had to do what you got. And I've got an older brother and a younger brother who also played, so that helped in learning.
In 2016 you became the first full-time Scottish female rugby player. When did it become obvious for you that rugby was going to be a focal point in your life?
Well, the contract was actually really unexpected. In 2015, I was one of the players that got a stage 2 contract, which is like extra support, like S&C, physio, just like more of a structured schedule. So I decided to take time out from uni to kind of focus on this stage 2 and worked alongside it as well, just to try and get the most out of the rugby. And yeah, that led into in 2016 being offered this contract, which was, you know, I say a dream come true, but to be honest, I never thought it was something that could happen. So the fact that it did was absolutely amazing, and for it to be like something that's now started, like I was the first, but I won't be the last. And I think that's a really special and powerful message with the whole contract situation and the game continuing to grow as well.
What advice would you give to a young woman now who wants to pursue the same path in the game?
To be honest, like just enjoy every moment of it. Like if you put in the hard work, like I'm a big believer in hard work and a growth mindset, and it's like the power of, yeah, if you train hard and you work on those little aspects and you get yourself in a good place, like it's not to say that it's something that won't ever happen to you as well. So like watch as much rugby as you can, get as involved as you can on and off the pitch, and just trying to, you know, be a real team player and just enjoy the whole rugby family scenario as well, because it means a lot.
So you've been at Quins since the start of the season. What makes the club special for a player in the women's game?
It's really hard to articulate, actually. Like when I joined Quins, it's been one of the most easiest teams to get along with. Like ever since I first turned up, everybody's been so welcoming. Like it is genuinely like a close-knit family, and it makes such a difference, because then when you're on the pitch you're playing for everybody. Like every single break, carry, like you've got each other's back and you're going to fight to the very last minute, 80th, 81st, 82nd. Doesn't matter how long the game goes on for, like you've got each other's back on the pitch, and you can see that in training, in the gym, and even just day-to-day life when you're making sure everyone's done their sessions and just yeah, you've made friends with everyone, which really helps as well.
We've got the game changer here on Saturday 30th of March when we take on Gloucester Harbour in the final round of the Tourist Premier 15. What advice or what message do you have to anyone who's planning on coming down to that game?
Yeah, the game changers are great, because it's going to be a great day out. Like come down and be a part of history. It's going to be a great atmosphere. It's going to be some great rugby on show, and you want to see it to believe it, so come down and see it for yourself.